Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to our MDK pre-entry classes. Today we have fifth part of error detection. We'll try to detect the errors in the sentences and we will also try to correct them. Now we have first sentence. There have been heavy rainfall yesterday. When we look at the sentence, we have adverb of yesterday that we use for past, but the verb in the sentence is have been. So have been is present perfect, and we cannot keep present perfect in a past background. So where we found yesterday, then we should use the verb of past. So the error is here at option B, and we should correct it that there was heavy rainfall yesterday. Because yesterday is the verb of past, so the verb should be in past. The second sentence is that the two first chapters of this book are well written. When we look at the options, the first is A, the second is B, the two first, C is of this, and D is well written. Now when we read the sentence, we hold here because here is the order of the verbs first and two incorrect, because first when ordinal number is there, we should keep it from the cardinal number. The cardinal number goes to the last and the ordinal number comes to the first. So the correct sentence would be the first two chapters of this book are well written. So the error is here, and we should change the order of the words. First should be written first and two written be after first. The third sentence we have, being an experienced sailor, he is quite familiar with the fury of a storm. We find error there in the very beginning of the sentence, because we have a word sailor here, and experience looks to be past participle that works as an adjective here. So it should be experience, not experience. So correction should be here, being an experienced sailor, he is quite familiar with the fury of a storm. So the error is in option A, where experience is in the first form, we should it in the third form, so that it should act as an adjective and qualify the word sailor here. That is noun. In the fourth sentence, we have, he is one of the best students who has won the scholarship. When we look at the construction, we have one of the best students. So here the verb must agree with students, that is the real subject. And when we look here is plural subject, but we have a singular noun, a singular verb here. So the verb must agree to the subject, and the subject is students. So the error is here. We should change it into have, then the sentence will be correct. He is one of the best students who have won the scholarship, because there are other students who have also won scholarship, not only he. So the subject should be students, not he, and verb should agree with this subject. We have fifth sentence. Many a flower are born to blush unseen. Many is a special construction which always receives a singular verb, even though its meaning is plural. The meaning of many is plural, but it receives a singular verb. We should keep in our mind that construction. Many a flower is born to blush unseen. the verb must always be in singular when we have many a construction. Number 6, the students of this school are better than those in that school. This is a correct sentence, but a sentence is rather awkward because here we have students of this school, and in the last part we see in that school. So there are different prepositions here. Here is in and here is of. Although it is grammatically correct, but it looks awkward. So we should correct it here or here at both points. We can correct it. If we keep off here, the sentence will be correct. The students of this school are better than those of that school. It will be correct. But if we write the students in this school are better than those in that school, it is also correct construction. Now we have seventh sentence. We read the sentence faster. The boy which stands first shall get a prize. So we have already seen such sentences before, that here is relative pronoun which, and the relative pronoun is related to the subject boy, and we have already studied that when there is an animate thing, when there is a person, we should use the relative pronoun who, not which. So here is the mistake. We should remove which and keep who here, because the persons always take a relative pronoun who. So the correct sentence would be, the boy who stands first shall get a prize. Now we have a sentence. Rashid is much the wisest student of the group. When we read this verse, we see that there are number of students only 2, and we know that when there is number of any persons 2, then comparison is made between two things, 2 persons. Then we use comparative degree, not the superlative degree. So this wisest should be removed. Here should be wiser. The correct sentence would be, Rashid is much the wiser student of the two, because we have 2 persons that are compared with each other, and more than 2 are compared with a superlative degree, but there are only 2. If there are only 2, we compare them with a comparative degree. So the mistake is here at option B, and we should use a wiser, not the wisest. Number 9, Islamabad is further from Lahore than Jhelum. So we have 2 comparative degrees. The one is farther and the second is further. Further is a physical distance. When there is physical distance between 2 things, then we prefer farther, and when there is a metaphorical or abstract or figurative distance between 2 things, then we should use further. Although they are interchangeable, but we should give preference to farther here, not further. So this is not grammatically incorrect sentence, but we will give the preference to farther than further. There is no other mistake in this sentence. So we have better construction. Islamabad is farther from Lahore than Jhelum, because this is physical distance between 2 cities. One is Lahore, the second is Jhelum. So when there is physical distance between 2 things, we should avoid using further, although the sentence will be grammatically correct. In the 10th sentence, we have, the teacher was very surprised at his conduct. This sentence is also grammatically correct, but as we know that we have to give preference, those are most appropriate sentences. So most appropriate sentence would be, if we remove very from here, because English people do not use very with surprise. They use some other adverb here, just like quite or other some adverb. So we should remove it very from here and use quite surprised. So the uh, best sentence would be, the teacher was quite surprised at his conduct. As I told you that it is not natural for Englishmen to use very with surprised. They use quite or other adverbs here. In the 11th sentence, we see almost each day the news of his strikes is seen in the newspaper columns. There is no other mistake. Almost is correct. Of is correct here. Is seen is also incorrect. Is also correct. But here we see that here is almost each day. And we see the message of the sentence that there are many strikes. Every day people see that strikes are in the city. So the right construction, the correct, most appropriate construction would be, we should use every, not each, because every is used when there are more than two or three things there. So the strikes are usual. People observe the strikes and see in newspaper columns. So we should remove each with every, and we will get the best sentence here. Almost every day, the news of strikes is seen in the newspaper columns. We have 12th sentence here. If I had not held him back, he would have beaten you soundly. As I have already told you, that if we have if clause in a sentence, we should be alert, and our first suggestion should be that it should be a conditional sentence. So we look here that it is conditional sentence. If I had not held him back, he would have beaten you soundly. We have had here, it means that it is conditional type 3, in which we used past perfect, and here is would have beaten. It is perfect conditional. There is only one mistake, that is that hold is the first form, and its third form is held. And we know that when we have a perfect tense, we use the past participle of any verb here. So the mistake is here, error is here. We should remove hold from here and keep the word here held. That is the past participle of word hold. So the correct sentence will be, if I had not held him back, he would have beaten you soundly. Thank you very much.